Dukes of Weebdom!
Dukes of Weebdom!
Episode 79.
It's really? I didn't even look at the numbers.
Yes. 79. Getting up there in the numberage, almost at triple digits. Well, almost. It'll still take.
Like 22 weeks?
Yeah. Assuming no breaks.
Yeah.
But, closer than 0.
We got a big load of weebdom for you today.
Yeah, we do. We read
2 new manga.
Well, we read 2 new manga. I read 3 new manga.
Oh, you have another one?
I do.
I was like, wait, did I miss one?
There was one that I missed, I didn't read the newest.
It's okay, because I started 2 new series.
Oh, nice. That's the wrong app. The other new shonen manga, the ninja.
Oh, I meant to read it, but then I read the other one instead. Yeah. Wish you warned me, because I would have included that one also.
Shinobi Undercover?
Yeah.
I didn't read it, no.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not. No,
okay.
That's not the one I read.
Okay.
Do you want to just start with Ichi the Witch, since that's like right there?
Let's get right into it.
I also liked 95% of it.
I liked 95%. I have 90% of it. I'm talking another 5% for how much the parts I didn't like.
I like how the second page, so the first page turn, I looked at, I was like, oh, that's just the JJK uniform. Literally. I was like, that's Yuji. But then you flip to the second half of the double page spread.
Speaking of things I like, his design.
Yes. I like...
And how this person draws animals. Because I always notice. And does a spectacular job. And yes, him too. His personality, the hunting backstory, being left in the mountains, which is sad.
It is sad. But you just kind of owned it.
Anything that reminds you of that that great episode of Full Metal Alchemist where Ed and Al are left in the woods to learn the circle of life.
Yep. Anything
that evokes that in me will always get like that gold star.
But yeah, he just lives in the mountain, hunts things. He has some friends, I guess, in the village down there, but
still chooses to go back out to the mountains because he's a mountain man like Inosuke.
Yes, living in nature.
And then he comes upon this creature, which is really hard to make out the first time you see it.
Yeah, I was like, especially when it was laying down, I was like, is that some kind of like...
I'm not gonna lie to you, it looked a lot cooler to me when it was this
unknown thing before you see its face.
It's so ugly. We'll get to it.
It's way cooler. That even when you first see it stand up like this, I knew it was going to have some kind of humanoid features, but I wasn't expecting how much. So I thought it would be more monster-like than it was. Because we kind of see in the next... we actually get right into it pretty quick. But
yeah, it immediately comes in with witches coming in to look for it. I think I might even dock this down to 85% because my grapes are going to start coming in pretty quick.
Oh.
The moment I saw the magic spelt with a J.
Oh, yeah.
And it kills me because like in this world, magic is alive. Living magic called magics. Oh. Just making up the word.
Yeah, why not just why do people always have to try and make things uniquely spin? Like, just call it magic or just call them demons or whatever.
Familiars.
Kind of like
elementals, avatars.
Just like, I love Gokuraku guy, but the same thing with them.
Mangas. Yeah, it's not catchy.
It's not, and it's like
and hard living here in America too. It has. It gets a little weird sometimes. These damn mangas.
But yeah, so I actually like that when magic was I like these trials.
I like the actual system.
Yeah, like the bonfire said, "Hold me for an hour." I'm like,
oh my god,
that dude was determined, or that chick was determined, because as we find out,
way too late. That's where the real grapes start coming in.
That you find out so late that only women are magic people.
Yeah, because they. In fact, you know what? My grapes come in when it reveals how humanoid this thing is. From there on, I just have a lot of grapes.
I don't really have that many, but I'll get to mine. I knew going in because I read the synopsis.
This is the page where my gripes begin.
Which one is that now? What page number?
That one.
Oh.
39.
When she beat
it. Ha ha ha! It must be a man!
You know, I got... Which King of Agmar things? No man can kill me. I am no man. Because literally, when he comes up, the first thing he says is, I'm a man. I thought that was corny. So that knocks like a point off for me, the corny. But I was like, whatever.
No woman can scratch my heart. That's just how it's made.
That's why
I'm like, before that point is when they should have said only witches can tame it. The fact that you get that exposition after everything's already happened.
I don't mind. Well, I
would like it's coming in really quick to be like, hee.
I think it should have set it up when they started talking about the magic, not the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
But again, I read the synopsis, so it says it in the synopsis that only women can do it, so I knew it the whole time. I was like, well, I know this guy is going to do it somehow.
But they're called witches, and at least in the American connotation, I would always assume that's a woman.
Yes.
Until told otherwise.
I don't like how when this thing fell in the snare trap, he just went from this like badass evil thing
to cartoon.
To like cartoon to the max, just like begging for his life and like, wait, hold on, wait a minute,
the big boobly eyes.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Why?
I actually hate his outfit.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's
so bad.
It's horrible.
Why is it like cowboy mixed with like the top is like a fucking like a conductor?
I like the double page spread at the beginning way better than this, where he's got all the fur on the legs.
Enormous hat. I know it's a witch thing, but that's like double the size of a normal witch's hat. And yeah, that the stockings are so bad. That's where all like it's gay cowboy. The bottom half is gay cowboy. The top half is like...
Isn't this what you wanted, though?
Gay conductor. I don't know.
When you first saw it, you were so happy that the main character was a dude because he looked cute. And now he's cute, screaming gay
but that
cowboy.
Doesn't look cute. It's gaudy.
Well, judging by the cover, it's here to stay.
It's super sad. I like the chains coming off of it. That might be the only thing I like. Because it also kind of mimics a tail.
Mm-hmm.
Three of them. But why do you got fluffy, up-toed boots?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a little too
It's too many
flashy.
things. Look at the lines on this, too. Like, you're not going to redraw this like this every time. There's no fucking way. I don't believe that for a goddamn second.
Yeah, some of the details are probably going to go away. Or eventually, maybe that's what the beginning is.
Your magic's confused. Let's get you in one fit, boy.
Oh, never mind. Just the beginning. He's just split half and half. That's why. Because look, in the color page, one leg has feathers on it, the other doesn't. One arm has the floofiness to it, one doesn't. So maybe when he
better though.
Yeah, when he activates his powers, he'll look floofy.
I always hate the "I said that thing on accident" trope too. I'm not docking points for it because it's just how it be sometimes.
Oh, what the
chance? Lazard. Oh, what is that? That was it? Huh? I always hate when that happens in any story, where they say the thing on accident and it happens.
Yeah, I don't like that she immediately points her sword at him, but then
Me
he
either.
just like counters like immediately, so it's okay.
So yeah, then every one of these black text boxes I hated.
A side note, in this world, only women have an aptitude for magic. But not anymore. And then it's all like a mere
That's what I mean.
0.0.1.
Explaining the exception after already seen it just happen.
Yeah.
It's the gay thing. This is what makes it so annoying to me is this exact section. It's widely believed that men can't use magic. But let us say, for example, there was a magic with a special power. That magic provided a trial that only a man can pass. Not only that, let's say a man with a mind and body well trained enough handled the said magic happens to pass the trial. Even at an extremely rare case, that man... Why are you telling me all this after I've seen the rare case of this? I said earlier about tearing pages out of the manuscript to make the volume better about a different manga. And I wish I could just rip this page right out of this manuscript.
Yeah, it was a bit redundant.
It's a lot redundant. And corny. It goes right back to corny.
Yeah.
I'll give it another read because the art is spectacular. The characters are pretty good.
I plan to stick with it for now. I mean, I haven't read Chapter 2. Chapter 2's out, but I didn't read it.
I'm tentative, though. It is far from the most promising newbies. But also above the chaff of, like, Astro Royale.
Yeah.
Dear and Enemy. I mean, I liked the first chapter, Dear and Enemy, but not enough to keep reading Dear and Enemy.
And then that, what was that? The Exorcist Yakuza one? That one was just bad. I didn't even finish Chapter 1.
I haven't even tried any of these like Exorcist ones anymore. I'm over it. I will try the Shinobi one, even though it's another, what is it, high school-y one? Nervous ninja told class something like a ship. In a school full of danger.
Yeah.
It's another school bodyguard sort of deal. But I'll try this one.
It seems more like a comedy than super serious based on its description. In my mind. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Again, I read a sentence synopsis. So
I'll take some more comedy because we got a lot of super serious.
We do. I think our only comedy we're watching is Spy Family. Or reading.
Yes. And like 1/5 of Dandadan. Of the Dandadan genre pie.
Oh, yeah. And actually also like half of Sakamoto.
Yeah.
Actually more like 70%.
Yeah,
Sakamoto.
even when it's actiony, it has comedy.
When it's serious, it's just over the top, outrageous. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's still so much room for more. So yeah, that's Ichi. It's
Ichi the Witch.
It's good.
I'm gonna read it for now.
See, that's if you can get your eyeballs in there enough
on the small text.
On the small panel. It's like a mix of both his outfits.
Yeah. So
I'm hoping that's what he wears most of the time.
I am assuming that, like I said, I think that the
magical transformation, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a magic girl transformation.
Oof.
We'll see. Watch Chapter 2 answer all that question for us, like, immediately.
No, I'll do it at the end of the chapter or after we've already had them answered through demonstration. Where are we going next?
Well, mine will be shorter because you didn't read it. But I started reading a new manhwa. Not manga, manhwa, so Korean. Oh, it's so good, and I'm so sad. Because I caught up to it, like, 35 minutes ago.
Oh, brutal.
I knew it was happening, too, because I've been reading it the last 3 days. Right before bed, I'd read a couple of chapters. And then today, I read, like, 5 or 6 chapters. And I knew it was coming, because I was like, I don't remember how many chapters were there when I first clicked on this, but I know it's coming up somewhere. 27 chapters in, and I'm all caught up now. And at least it's weekly. I saw the release schedule. It's been pretty consistent. The last, 7 of them have been every 7 days. But, so, just give you, basically just chapter 1 synopsis type stuff. Yes. The childhood friend of the Zenith.
I can see why you didn't say the name right away. Continue.
So, I have no idea why it's named that. Because not only is there not a character named the Zenith that I'm aware of, but there's also no childhood friends. The siblings, this family house.
Is there anyone super powerful yet? Because that's what that word means. Like the zenith, like the...
Yeah.
The peak.
So I kind of have... See, I don't want to get into that because it'd be spoilers in case you ever decide to read this, but there is technically a tie-in, you could say, that you'd have to jump through hoops to get to... okay. But anyway, so chapter synopsis is you see this dude in prison, and he's obviously an evil guy. You know, he's just straight up looks evil. He's got, like, purple...
Xehanort syndrome.
Yeah, Xehanort syndrome to the max. And you have then this girl that's obviously the good guy. Just screams paladin. You know what I mean? Like, aesthetic-wise, like, warrior, holy knight type shit. You know what I mean? And she's trying to interrogate him for something, and he's just not talking. But then you, as the reader, hear his thoughts. He's basically been like, you know, I'd actually like to tell you, but I physically can't. He's like, he's part of the demon army, and it's just been defeated. So he's like the last one. They're trying to get info out of him. And he can't talk. He's got a curse on him, on his tongue and on his heart. So he's literally unable to speak. And then if somehow he was able to, it would kill him. So he has regrets about how his life went this way, that when he joined the demon cult or whatever they call it, murdered his family, murdered a whole bunch of people, did all these evil things, and he has regrets about it. And then also says something along the lines of, like, it might not have totally been his fault, like he might have been forced to do some things, but he's like, I can make excuses, the things still happen. So I was like, oh yes, I like that. Don't hide behind excuses, own up to your stuff. Yes. So he, like, uses his blood to, like, write an answer to her question on the floor, and it kills him. His heart explodes because he divulged info. So he was just, like, accepting life, and then you can tell that she knew him. They knew each other because she was, like, crying at his death or whatever. And he gets put back in time to a moment before he died, like when he was a kid. And he thinks that this is his life flash, and he's like, yes, this is like a stage before death. He's like, what did I do? Oh, yeah, some poor girl was trying to give him a potato, and he's like, what did I do in this situation? And he's like, oh yeah, that's right. I, like, smacked the potato out of her hand and, like, yelled at her. It was just a dick bag. He's like, I guess this is one of my regrets. So he decides to be nice to her instead, and then goes on. But then the day keeps going and going, and he realizes that it's not, he got sent back, and he's living through his shit, and he's deciding this time around he's not going to join the demons, and he's going to live his life differently. And we haven't got 27 chapters has happened, but, like, he's only gone through, like, 3 notable things that have happened. There's been no real demons. There's been, like, low-level demons, but there's, like, family houses. So you got his family, because he's his family's, like, fire or whatever. There's, like, elementals that they have, but there's, like, family heads. Yeah, there's magics, and, like, I like the magic system. It's more, I don't want to say light, because it's not lighter than what we're used to. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we've seen what the highest in the first chapter, what, like, peak is, and you're like,
the Zenith?
So then, yeah, you can guess, but, like, what we're seeing right now, it's very
good.
It's a nice, good level, which is definitely not the case for most manhwas. Most manhwas take power scaling to the ceiling and beyond. But I'm really enjoying it. I like all of the characters. The story's got some nice mysteries in it, and it's full color. The artwork's great.
Nice.
And it was just something I saw. I saw it in a YouTube short, and it was literally just the first chapter, like a bunch of snippets from the first chapter. They were just flashing, with music or whatever. Yeah. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. So I looked it up and left the tab open, and then decided to start reading it and binged all 27 chapters.
Damn.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I would recommend it to you if you decided that you wanted to pick up something up. Obviously, we've been doing a bunch of reading, and we're always saying we got so much on our plates.
Yeah, and another one really, really hooked me.
Our third new one.
The one that really hooked me.
It was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Because we talked about it last week.
Gave me, like, Vinland Saga in a fantasy universe vibes.
Yes, Centuria, by the way.
Yes, Centuria.
We talked about it last week with Ugozi. What's the other one we talked about?
Oh, yeah, Usugui.
Usugui, yeah.
It's really hard to say, yeah. I don't
know. That one just didn't catch me at all when we were talking about it, so I'm glad you decided to read.
Well, I also couldn't find out the app, but I also would have picked Centuria over it.
So I didn't. So when I was reading through it, first off, as soon as I saw the pregnant lady and saw like 3 panels of her, I was like, "You're dying."
Oh, well, I wasn't sure if there's gonna be some like dark twist until like they hugged, and I was like, "Oh no, she's just gonna die." Got it?
No, yeah, I saw it coming. Like, there was no out of left field for me. That was just
because it says like a dark fantasy world, so I thought there's still a chance that she like could kill him until they hugged.
You know what? How much I saw that? Do you remember in Monty Python and the Holy Grail when the 2 guards are standing outside the French castle and Lancelot's running up and he keeps showing him running, and then he's like back here and he's running again. That's how obvious it was to me that this lady was gonna die. But it was not obvious because I didn't know that it was more a fantasy element. When the fucking squid comes up, I was like, "Oh shit, Kraken, nice!" And then a foot stepped on the boat, and I was like, "What?"
Whoa! I didn't know how fantasy because it just says like this dark fantasy manga.
Right? I was expecting when reading it, I thought it was got to be closer to like a Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
A Vinland Saga is not. You could say it has fantasy elements, but not anything like this.
No.
Nothing close to this. And I'm just like...
The most fancy elements it has is that a guy swung a tree once and throws trees.
But then the answer to that is, it's Torkel. So.
Yeah. A man of literal myth.
And then the only other fantasy element I could think of in Vinland Saga would be when he talked to Asgard in Hell, but you can just attribute that to PTSD.
Yeah.
So.
And he was having nightmares every night that he was sleeping too. Yeah. So I really like Julian. I say the Vinland Saga vibes because the moment that he goes like, "No one has ever showed me any kindness in my entire life," I was like, that's nothing good has ever happened to me in my entire life right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. Like I said, I was not expecting the tentacle monster thing. And then he was like, and then as soon as he said it, "You must sacrifice him." I was like, yep, this is where the pregnant lady dies.
I didn't expect her to do it herself by cutting her baby out.
Badass.
Yeah, that's a way to go.
Cut her stomach open, pull her own baby out, and then stand up and walk over to Julian and hand him the baby.
And then walk off.
Walk to the edge of the boat, climb up, and jump off the boat.
I also didn't expect, going a little further back, I didn't expect them to just kill all the slaves for insurance money.
I was like, really? That's your plan?
Damn.
It's an insurance scam, this whole thing? I thought because when he said do it now, I was like, oh, he's going to start killing some slaves. Because I thought he was going to try and like...
Just kill the lowest value ones, the old people.
I thought what the captain was going to try and do is like free up space on the boat, free up food because it's less mouths to feed because he's like worried going through this area. Yeah. But then I was like, oh no, he's just
killing all of them,
committing fraud. That's it. Murder fraud.
Then Julian gets the offer, gets the power.
And I also knew the baby would survive because when we were talking about last week, I saw images of him with the baby.
Holding the baby.
A lot.
See, which I thought that was a woman when we were looking at that before.
I also thought Julian was a woman all of last week until this chapter when I actually read it.
Oh, okay. That gains the strength and lives of 100 men.
Yes. 99 now.
99 now, but that was lit. When he first burst forth to, I'm just like, oh, it seems like generic, like, powers. But then when they, like...
He explained it, so he would get weaker over time.
Yes, as well, unless
he doesn't lose the strength part and just the lives.
That or just doesn't die more. I know that's not how it's going to go, but if he didn't die more, theoretically, he just probably gets stronger because he's not as nourished or as worked out as he could be.
And he's still a child.
Yeah.
But, so here was one thing I was thinking of. I was like, okay, so he has 100 lives, right? And he's also got the strength, speed, and endurance of 100 people. So that's pretty cool. Then he gets then he's like, oh, and you just lost a life, whatever. It's like, maybe he doesn't lose the strength and endurance or whatever. But then I'm sitting here and be like, yo, you gotta like really keep track, because say you do start dying a lot, and then you're like, wait a minute, do I have 50 lives or do I have 53 lives left? That would get really problematic once you get down to scary. Like 6 lives left. Fuck, do I have 6 or 9 lives left?
Turn into Muzan. I never leave my castle.
Yeah. Shit, do I have fucking 1 life left? Or was it 12? I don't remember. And then
I
you
really
start
hate
getting
this guy. I really want to stake it on this.
Right? But it's pretty good. It's got, what, 30-something chapters out right now?
Yeah,
I think
around that.
All.
I blast that out pretty quick.
Probably. I mean, unless this is like a monthly thing and each chapter is fucking...
Yeah, I was just heading my way over there.
I don't like this app, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan either.
Like, there's no continue reading that I see here, so it's like, do I have to search for this every time? 4/7, 4/14. No, it's weekly.
Nice.
And there are 23 chapters out.
Oh my god, the next chapter is 52 pages.
I don't like that one has a fucking timer on it, though. Chapter 18 has a little
Yeah.
clock on it. It says 9:22 at 11, which is 4 days from now. I don't know what that's all about.
Maybe they had to update it or something. I don't know, but these thumbnails are slapping.
Yeah, they are. Anyway. Yeah, no, it's... Oh, yeah, huh, look at that. It says right up there. Weekly.
Right when I had, like, the vibes of it, I'm like, he's gonna like this.
Yes, no, it was good. It was a good read. I'm gonna keep with it for now. I say for now, because who knows, 6 chapters from now I might decide I don't like it. But unlikely if it keeps pacing what it's doing right now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty unlikely that I won't like it. The art's fucking slapping, and the story and setup are slapping. I have to drop the ball pretty hard.
Well, apparently they don't, because you're the one that said that you've been seeing it getting a lot of hype.
I get seen in all. I see it get put up in all of those, like, top 9 new gens, new big 3s, 6 best new gens, stuff like that.
Right.
It's always up there.
Nice. You also surprised me with how much reading you did this week. Just everything, because you also... so... I was so happy to wake up that morning and saw your message that's like, oh yeah, by the way, you said you read 5 more Magi. Well, I read 5 more past where you said.
I was just reading at work, because where I work has DoorDash and the machine broke. So I was like...
it was your side that broke.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. But, like, they don't come at all either. So it's not like the orders are coming through and we're just not receiving them and the driver still gets sent. No, it's just not working. So I'm like...
Is it still not working?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's like...
Good for you.
I'm going to go read some Magi. I sat my ass down and I read some Magi.
DoorDash keeps you that busy, huh?
It's pretty bad.
Just constant.
Yeah, near constant. It's like that same weird retail timing. Like, you want to go sit down and that's when someone pulls in, or you want to pee, or it's like when you go have a cigarette and someone leaves, that's when someone comes. Any kind of gap in that is what DoorDash is filling. So it's another layer of that.
Right.
I'll finish a line out. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go have a cigarette. Ding, 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 ding. Sucks. But now it's broken.
Enjoy it, because...
Oh, I will.
I'm sure they'll probably get it fixed soon.
They're probably trying, but I haven't heard anything. And every employee is just like, I'm not going to mess with it or ask any questions.
Just imagine none of the employees say anything. So
we're all towing the status quo.
You just all know. Nope, we're just going to leave that down.
I sat down, I read, and where we left off, I'm like, that's where I started reading for the night. I'm like, I just want to read more Magi. So I just kept reading more Magi. I only stopped because I had to stop myself. I'm like, no, don't go like 10, 15 chapters past where he went.
Yeah. Well, because where I had originally stopped at 15 was like the perfect place to stop, because that's like they finished the first dungeon with Alibaba.
Yeah, literally had like a sum up, and it was actually a straight up volume end. That's why.
Yeah.
Then the next volume opens with them teleported away. Well, Aladdin teleported away Alibaba back and Morgiana back in the city.
Yes.
Viz.
Oh, it's so good. Even though, I mean, I still, like... You know what I did, too? I went back, and I tried only looking at one scene, but the scene in the anime where Hakuei fights her own people, or whatever, she's like, she does, like, a half Jin equips in the anime, and like it's a way more heavily magical fight than it is in the manga. Like, she just blocks some arrows. It's like soft. They don't really.
Well, she did. It like shot them away, but then she like whipped out a tornado and shit too. She had the fan.
Yeah, in the manga, I mean, in the anime, it was just like way more, and it was like I was just like, oh, okay.
There's also the benefit of color.
True.
All of those wind effects were in literal white in the manga.
Her Jin, though, in the anime, I was surprised at how exact they did.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, yeah, shit, that's just straight boob. Full on with the piercing and everything.
This was, I was like, my girl.
Yeah, it just sucks that she's just not in it that much. Because I like Hakuei, but she's like...
I don't remember like any of this, by the way. I don't remember any of season 1 of Magi.
Oh, then I'm just not going to say anything then.
I just want to get that out ahead. I didn't even remember this character.
Really?
I remember Hakuryu.
Yes.
That's because he's also in season 2.
Yes. Hakuryu's story is fucking wild. I can't wait to see where his story goes after what happens in season 2, because Hakuryu's got like some mental problems because of his mother. And do you remember what he did at the end of season 2 in the anime?
Not really.
With the lady that was in charge of the orphanage and was abusing kids? No? Maybe I just leave that out then.
I remember the magic school stuff. It's some of the conflict.
Oh yeah, so that was at the end of season 1 then. Yeah.
Yeah, see what I mean though? That's a lot of like effects. It's just a lot softer because of the manga. Mm-hmm. And they probably also went harder with the anime, don't get me wrong, but she kind of went for it. I noticed that her weapon turned into a fan because it didn't start out as a fan. Or at least there wasn't clearly a fan like on her waist.
Yes.
I laughed my ass
Ugo
off.
Just fucking slapping the dude. Get the fuck out of here. No, it's because it's at the end of season 1 then that Hakuryu does what he does, because
probably because they have the big war at the end of season 2.
Well, yeah, because we're going into the Baobad, which is Alibaba's backstory, and I think somewhere that's where you meet. Fuck,
I don't remember any of that either. I don't remember a single thing about season 1.
That's where you. What's his name again? We saw him, the Black Magi.
Judar.
Yeah.
I just saw his name in a text box.
You see, he comes kind of forefront in the next arc a little bit.
That's the one thing I do remember, is that he's like kind of the antagonist for season 1, kind of.
And then the Hakuryu stuff happens.
Yeah.
Because then they separate, and Alibaba... I don't remember if it's a forced separation or they mean to, because Alibaba goes to
Lem,
and Aladdin goes to the magic school.
And Morgiana chills with the green Magi.
Yes. Oh, and somewhere in there, Sinbad stuff happens.
Yes. Somewhere in here they meet Sinbad. Probably season 1 towards the middle-ish.
Unless the beginning of season 2 has a bunch of this stuff too.
True.
Season 2,
they do spend a lot of time in that fucking Hogwarts.
Yeah, because season 2 ends with that stuff, because that's when they all reunite again at the school, because Lem goes to war with the school, and then the demon shows up, and Sinbad comes back to help him take out the demon.
Well, it's not even just Lem. I think the Co-Empire comes to fight them too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because all of those people are there. The pink-haired person. Yeah. But Hakuryu is not there. I know that much. Hakuryu doesn't come.
Yeah.
Which made me sad, because I'm like, damn, I want to see Hakuryu's story.
But they spent so much time there, because there's the whole time where Aladdin meets his new friend for the Ark, the blonde-haired kid, and then they go around learning magic, and then they also learn that the city's powered by slaves.
I wonder how many chapters the first 2 seasons capture.
Probably about the same amount of most anime. About 50-ish each. But we'll see. Yeah. It was a very good stretch of chapters.
I'm digging it. I mean, it's long, too. How many chapters is Magi? I know it's finished. I hope it's finished and not canceled.
Boom, boom. I opened the wrong app. Boom, boom, boom. Whoa. 369.
Oh, beautiful. That's what I like to hear.
Oh, Zom 100's on here, by the way.
Yes, so it's free run.
I've had some interesting temptations.
But I tried to avoid spoilers. One, because Magi spoilers are you have to go looking for Magi spoilers. One does not find Magi spoilers. You search for Magi spoilers, you know what I mean? But I did see someone talking about why this needs a season 3 or whatever. And someone was saying that one thing about season 3, which would be hard, I guess, they were saying is that it gets into some seriously complicated stuff that they would need to spend 2 seasons on it, on what is happening, I guess, after the school stuff. And I'm like, ooh, that's interesting on a manga side.
Give me 2 more seasons of Magi. Why is this a deal breaker?
Yeah, right? Just give me 6 more seasons.
Yeah, please. Make some original content. I don't give a fuck. Just give me some more Magi. How long I gotta wait?
What's that?
Furry bait.
No.
I saw another really cool fucking looking one, though. Since we're talking about things I see on here, first, this thumbnail, because it's what dragged me in. Face first.
Oh, wow. It's like a hollow insect
Look
thing.
At this fucking...
Oh, Jesus. Giant dinosaur.
So I hit favorited. I'm going to read the first chapter of that. This makes me happy.
Tokyo Fears Rhapsody. Urban monster Hachiyo hungers for a normal life, but his maniacal creator has other plans.
Looks like they just got the rights to it, because
4 through 10, what's that say?
Currently available. We are working to backfill these chapters. Yeah, it looks like they picked up all at once, because all of these chapters came September 6th.
Yeah, so you're just missing 4 through 10.
A new one coming in 16 days. I'm definitely going to check out the first chapter of that, just off of these fucking designs alone. Yeah, but I can find a billion more mangas. I need to talk about the mangas that I did read.
Bro, I got so many.
There's so much in general to talk about.
Tabs open of manga that I want to read, or that am quotations currently reading, because I'll read 2 chapters of it every 6 or 7 weeks, or some that are in the just lost in my tabs that I just... Yeah, and got Yakuza for you as well.
Yeah.
But I've also...
It's another one that's been getting a lot of hype. More and more people are jumping on that Yakuza train.
Because I've also, I don't remember the name of it, but there's only one. So, I told you, this week and towards the end of last week, I discovered manga recap channels.
Yes.
Where they basically just read you the manga and like they show panels on screen, but they don't show you every panel and they don't show you every full page because it's on YouTube and they don't want to get.
It's a synopsis. It's not.
Well, it's more that they're like straight up reading dialogue to you. Like,
well, I've seen some that are like that where they're like, York New City explained. It's not explained. It's literally just you telling me everything that happened in York New.
This is more of like just straight up they're reading you the manga.
Damn.
In their own like voices or whatever. Sometimes they'll say they'll add phrases like he looked like instead of like just saying like glance, you know, and show he looked at so and so with
burning intensity.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. But because I watched it at work, like, listen at work. I leave my phone open and it's there, so I glance at it every now and then. But it's not like.
Can't always be looking.
I'm not staring at it, you know what I mean? But, I don't know. I mean, it's just something to kill time. And I've probably watched, like, 7 or 8 of them. So, technically, that's 7 or 8 new mangas that have quotations read the first 25-page chapters of each. Because they're, like, 2-hour-long videos. And typically, they'll do the first things... Most of them, though, they're all fucking just, like... The video titles could not be more infuriating for you. Because most of them... Well, first off, all of the mangas are the ones that have those titles that you hate. But the titles of the video aren't the titles of the manga. They'll be like... Most of them, 90% of them, is... along the lines of... was betrayed by the hero party and then became OP. Betrayed by a childhood friend, then became OP and made him jealous.
Stayed in the first area and got OP.
Abandoned by this thing that got OP. So, like, there are a few romance ones that I watched too, and I was like, these aren't bad. Or, like, one of them that I watched was actually really interesting that... I mean, I guess it's still going, but I feel like I got the whole story out of it. I feel like it's one of those that's like, this should have been like a 20-chapter series, but now the authors just keep going.
Yeah, it made money and now it has to keep making money.
So it starts with the main character, the boy, and there was some kind of misunderstanding when he was younger that he's playing with this girl, and then she tripped on something, or somehow she fell, and all the other students assumed he pushed her, so started bullying him from it, and she just... being a bitch, really, but children, I guess.
Kindergarten shield hero, I got it.
She didn't say anything.
Okay.
And they all just bullied him for something. And then there was another circumstance, so then he just stops talking to people. And then there are a bunch of other circumstances that he finds himself in these situations that then get skewed to make him look like not a nice guy.
Yeah.
So he's an outcast, and it's killed. He's had people confess their love to him as a joke because he's the weirdo, worst. Just to laugh at him and stuff. So he, like, despises women or whatever, doesn't talk to anybody. And then there's also a girl that got labeled a delinquent for something, and it's how the two of them bond together in their distaste for everything. Yeah. They're
misanthropy.
Yes. And then then it's like all the people that ended up, like all the girls, suddenly, now that he's got someone, all 3 of the girls that he found himself in these awkward circumstances with
are into him. That's life.
But then at least, yeah, right, that's bullshit. But
weirdly realistic.
But at least they smartened up and they're like, listen, he's finally talking to people. He's breaking out of his social shell.
That's incredibly.
So they're like,
that's the
best way for us to help him is to root for him with this new girl. So we're not going to interfere. We're going to support him from the background. And I was like, finally,
that is godly.
Real people.
Yeah, holy
real
shit.
Characters. Mature people. But I was also like, you're all in high school. I think it's high school. It could also.
You're all like one conversation away from breaking that.
Exactly. I'm like, And all of you could have easily destroyed this.
Stories need conflict anyways, but it's incredibly adept of it to even have a moment that's like that.
You want to hear the one bullshit part about all of it, though, that I fucking hate, and this happens I see a lot. No.
Okay.
His sister is a character that is there that in his life that tries to support him, but he's just like so. She's just kind of there. She's just whatever.
Good.
But so the only thing he does is he writes online novels, and he I guess the way it's structured is he releases chapters daily or whatever.
That's an author insert. I smell it.
Yeah, probably. But no, the thing is, he has like one fan that comments on the chapters, and sometimes they chat in DMs, and that fan just so happens to be that other girl. She drops her phone in front of him and sees the name of the character, and then he says her name, and then he's like, it's like that. But then they meet another person that just so happens to be involved in that thing too. I'm like, you're putting a story onto the internet, and the only two people you meet in your life just so happen to be the two people that interact with your story. I was like, the odds of that.
That's why I can
just
smell
impossible.
It. Writers love making writers the main character.
I saw another one that I watched, which is actually pretty funny. He confesses to his childhood friend, and she rejects the confession or whatever because she's in love with this super popular author, and he's like, I'm that super popular author, and she gets super mad at him for disrespecting her favorite author because she's had a rough childhood with her mom dying in this, and this author's stories helped her, but he wrote those stories for her in that situation. So then it follows him and be like, nah, he really is the author. But he's like I don't get too far into this one, but it's they don't ever say what he's writing. They just say the name of it. And the fact that whatever he puts out is just gold. And like, bro's in high school. And everything he puts out, like he meets two characters that read a one-shot short story that he wrote when he was in like elementary school. And they all start crying about how beautiful it is and how much a master. So he retypes it up and fixes any grammatical issues or whatever, and then puts it out. And then within 3 days of it being, like, the one night of being out, it's, like, the most popular thing on par with his mainline series. It's been one chapter or whatever, and he's already getting, like, anime offers, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Is this the real life?
Is this just fantasy? Yes.
Yes. Again, authors love putting authors as the main character. They love that shit.
I don't know. They're just time killers. It's my new thing. You know, I ran out of space documentaries to listen to. I've seen them all. And history too. I've seen a lot of history videos. So it's like a vicious cycle. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It was murders. I watched every murder that's ever happened in the United States. I've seen a documentary on it. Any planet or celestial body,
I don't know about that. The ID channel, it has so many murders. They keep producing new shows out of nowhere.
A lot of, you know what I had a
Evil
problem
lives
with?
here.
I had a problem where I was listening to a story, and halfway through it, I realized, wait a minute. I've already heard this one. You're just telling it different to make me think that it's a different murder. It's a vicious cycle. I just go through top because I like long form videos when I'm at work, something to listen to.
Same. Stuff that doesn't require me to be looking at the screen, which usually ends up being long form videos.
Yes, exactly. But that's it. I mean,
absolutely.
Bunch of isekai bullshits that you're just not going to care about.
To be honest,
trash.
I won't. I just watched someone review every isekai ever.
Oh yeah, yes.
Mm-hmm. Though now that I think about it, Inuyasha wasn't there, and they're wrong. Inuyasha is an isekai.
Yeah, Kagome is quite literally going to a different world.
There's some others on there that I wouldn't have thought of initially, too, that totally are. That also made me go, yeah, Inuyasha should be there. Like, Angel Beats.
I guess.
It is.
More, technically.
Purgatory is a different world.
It's more of an afterlife story. I don't want to I'm not going to put Angel Beats as an isekai. I refuse.
Is it if they get reborn?
In the same world, though. Then it's just reincarnation.
But what are they living in now?
It's not a new world. That's what isekai is. Another world.
Purgatory's kind of.
I will die on that hill. Angel Beats is not an isekai. No.
It kind of is. You got to learn all the rules.
Did he just do all of like the bad ones or just all of them?
All of them. Because that's why he started with like trash, this, good, all right, good, and then like god tier ones.
What were the quote unquote god tier ones?
His number one was ReZero.
I mean, I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, it was 1 ReZero, 2 Mushoku Tensei.
Where'd Overlord sit?
I think in between all right and like the best one. So good.
I fucking love Overlord. Overlord is
so
good.
He liked Overlord.
Overlord's good.
It was past the point where he wasn't like shitting on things anymore. Which again was such a long part of the video.
I like Overlord because it's just legit.
It was higher than Slime Sekai.
I'm surprised because like people love that stuff. I love season 1 of Slime. Reincarnated as a slime. It just kind of. My problem with this is a terrible problem to have with the show, but it's like a lot of it is just sitting in there in the newer seasons. A lot of it is just sitting in their town talking about things.
I don't even mind shows that have a lot of talking, but it's a different kind of talking. I need there to be like...
There's things that happen, but it's like the new season, the stuff, interesting shit was happening, and I was watching it like every week and like really excited to watch each episode. The stuff with the Hinata, for anyone that's a slime fan. But then like, once that shit got resolved and then they were just like back to just chilling, I don't like the chilling part of slime isekai, and there's a lot of it. There's a lot of just chilling, which is weird because I don't have any problems with chilling. It's just I don't find the slime.
It's not what you're there for, and they're not doing it in a way to like change that.
Yeah.
Because JJK is an anime where I liked chilling when it had chilling.
Yes. But Overlord is just... I like that we're just we're following the straight up bad guys. Not like, oh, these guys are morally gray. It's like, no.
It's higher than Dot Hack.
They are. You can go through Overlord seasons 1 and 2, and you can look at specifically Ainz and the character, and you'll be like, okay, this guy is just finds himself in bad situations. He's not necessarily a bad guy, but as the series goes, and he takes action after action, and you're like, okay, you're not just finding this, you're actively choosing to do this stuff now. You just murdered, with one spell, 250,000 people.
Damn.
To make giant, grotesque things you call baby goats. That then stomp another, 80,000 people to death. And then you kill someone physically, someone you called friend at one point.
Yeah.
It's and then if you read because I've mentioned this guy before, Annie News. He covers certain shows that are light novels, that are animes, because it's a light novel. You just can't fit everything that's in a light novel in an anime. You just can't do it. It's too much. Especially when you see characters.
If you did, the pace would drag to a screeching halt.
Yeah, because you get a lot of internal monologues in books.
Someone already said
don't translate well to shows.
I forgot who it was, but someone already said that light novel adaptations are a lot of standing and talking. So, imagine if it took on more of it.
Yeah. So he
standing and thinking.
ReZero, Mushoku Tensei, and Overlord are the 3 big ones that I follow him for.
No game, no life.
Well, again, No Game No Life ain't airing right now, and he only covers those things while they're airing. And what he does is each time an episode comes out, he'll then talk about the episode and every cut content. Is what he does. Here's all the stuff that happened, and here's all the stuff that you missed that was in the light
I've been watching those for Game of Thrones.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Overlord, a lot of the stuff they cut is what Nazarick does to people in Nazarick. And it's just straight up hell. It's just torture. And there's a room called the Happy Place or something like that they like skin people alive and then use healing magic to heal the skin to then skin them alive and then use their skin for something. And I'm like, okay.
Metal as it all sounds, I kind of, for Overlord personally, am waiting for it to like have a conclusion, I think.
Well,
I don't mind how
I understand what the author said was it's coming to an end. Like the light novel is, and I think it's only got 1 or 2 more light novels to come out. But for instance, there's going to be a total of somewhere around 18 light novels. The anime has already covered 13 of them.
Nice, good.
I'm pretty sure, or 12.
Because a lot of series stay pretty close to the.
They're coming out with a movie next month that's going to cover one whole light novel. Is the movie, and then there'll be another season. So there'll probably be 2 more seasons after the movie, maybe 3.
Because it's always sounded metal and cool, but I don't want just like a theme park of metal and cool things. I'm waiting for the more. If that makes any sense as an outside perspective.
Right.
Which, again, I'm somewhere between like ready and like tentatively waiting. It's not even like a no. It's just like a.
It's good. I thought you didn't see season 1.
Nope.
Somebody I knew watched season 1 of Overlord. I forget who. But no, it's good stuff. I think you would like it. Because it doesn't follow, like, there's no Isekai tropes. Like, there are. Obviously, it's an Isekai. But you know what I mean? It's
in
not
a video game specifically, too. But at least it's...
Well...
Of a video game.
Of a video game, yes. Because his magic system of his video game is the same for him. But the world and the people that inhabit it, that's what, like, the first half of the season 1 is he's like, this world is different than the video game I played. Let me just go out there and figure out how it's different.
See, that's the kind of stuff I'm a little more interested in than like
new magic system is. But it's like
than like the brutality.
You watch it and you're like, oh wow, these guys are fucked. Like they stand no chance against Nazarick. He's just so much. He especially in the early seasons because he's literally a level 100 type character that came into like fucking the beginner village and. They're like, here's this ultimate spell. And he's like, yes, that spell. It's like a level 20 spell.
That's I'm just waiting for like a greater point to it all.
Well, the greater point is everything he's doing is to try and find his guildmates. And he wants to conquer the world. And it's his steps to literally conquer the world. That's what he's been doing. Taking over kingdoms. So there is a plot that moves forward and a lot of schemes that he does and schemes that he finds himself in. Because he's not that smart. But all his followers think he's that smart. A lot of it is funny because Demiurge is actually that smart. One of his followers. So a lot of the times what he'll do is he'll find himself succeed in something. And then Demiurge is like... he'll just like come up with this mastermind plot in his head. Be like, this is how the Great One must have done it to succeed in this plot. He must have done this, this, and this. And he's like, yes, I did that. It's hilarious. It's a good show. It's good stuff in it.
Absolutely.
Now, I would say as a story structure-wise, I'd say ReZero and Mushoku Tensei are both above it.
I need more than just Isekai, but I'm the bad guy. That's what I'm kind of getting at. I don't care about Isekai anymore, so why would that pull me?
Yeah. Just don't want to spoil stuff, but...
directly hate Isekai now, is a better way to put it. I resent the tropes.
Overdone.
It's
to the moon.
To the point where I've lost interest. I've even finished season 2 of ReZero.
I'm still all in for ReZero. That stuff's stupid.
I theoretically am, but then I sit down to watch it, and I'm just like...
Well, the problem with season 2 is also... Towards the later bit, it gets better, but it's all the same loop. So it's like you're seeing the same stuff a lot, so it's kind of repetitive, I guess, but...
It doesn't even really bother me that much. I'm liking season 2.
I feel like you're good.
I'm like most of the way through it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember the last thing that happened, to be honest. It's been a while now.
Yeah.
I saw the flashback, though, with, like, what's her face that looks like Amelia.
Amelia's aunt.
Yeah. The scary girl.
Oh, there's a few of them. A lot of anyone
with
white
the
area.
Scary guy too that also has white hair.
I forget all their names now too.
Yeah. Again, nothing's like pushing me away from it, but it's just like I'm not there for it.
Right. I am. The new season comes out this season. This is a banger anime season for me anyway, because you got Bleach, Dandadan, ReZero, the Overlord movie, if you want to count that, but I'm probably not going to be able to watch that for a while because I got to wait for it to get online somewhere. And I swear there was another fucking huge title coming out this season. But just the fact that Bleach,
I thought I had another
Dandadan, and ReZero.
Yeah, Dandadan just those like straight up 2 weeks.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You saw it already, though.
I sure did.
A little jelly.
We almost thought we were going to be fucking late. Like, real late. But we thankfully were not. We sat down. It was in the middle of the preview for the new live-action Lion King.
Why?
Yeah. No, I said new live-action Lion King.
There was already one.
It's a Mufasa origin story.
Are you fucking shitting me? What is wrong with Disney? Nobody wants that.
Nobody wanted the live-action remake. Why are you making a live-action original Lion King story now? It looked all right in the sense that if I had no context of what it is as a child sitting down to watch it,
I would just love to sit in a room and just look at charts of how much these movies actually make Disney. Because it can't be that much money in my mind. It just can't. But then at the same time, it obviously is because Disney is still a corporation. If they were losing money on all these movies,
yeah, they would have taken the risk on that.
Unless they do lose money, but then they're just making so much extra money on all their other shit that they just don't give a fuck and they're just trying to do whatever.
I don't know. I think this will probably make the money just because big license.
Maybe, but I mean, you know what it is too, because it's like any Disney movie they put out, they're gonna make so much money because of kids. You know, parents bringing their kids.
Yeah.
So
that's all it takes.
But still, you just sit there and you look at it and you're like, this is the best you can come up with now, Disney?
I can't remember if there's any other previews. There's a couple of movies, but I don't remember any anime ones. But, it's perfect.
Dandadan, yeah, great.
It's literally perfect. I wouldn't change a single thing.
Glorious.
The intro, first of all, the leak I saw a while back where I wasn't sure if it was the intro or not, it absolutely was, and it's a fucking banger. Visually, especially so.
I almost went to search it and listen to it the other day because I got that like small 3-second thing that you showed me once. I was like, I want to go listen to this, but I was like, nope, I'm gonna listen to it on episode 1 on your date.
Like I say, if you ever want to, I do have a leaked version of it bookmarked on Twitter now. Someone recorded it at the movie theater.
Oh, I'm sure I could find that on YouTube too. But I'm like,
No, I've looked on YouTube.
It's just not there?
It's not there.
Yeah?
The song's there. The actual opening is not, though.
What I was more like the song.
I meant the whole opening. Someone recorded it at the movie theater.
No, I'd rather just see that in person. Oh, Sakamoto. Isn't that coming out next
September? Not September, January. Oh. Sorry, wrong.
Okay. You're just off completely.
No, completely off. I don't know why I switched those two. It's like the start of winter and the start of the year. Yeah. I don't know. It's not even the start of winter. But I digress.
It's the end of the Turbers months. September, October, November, December, January.
The visuals for the opening are just fucking slapping. The visuals in general. Just.
I'm glad because that man's artwork is just god tier.
It did
I fucking literally dropped my phone and was like, what the fuck, bro? In today's chapter, well, I read it today, but I was in this week's chapter of him drawing the library. I was like, when they walk in there.
Yeah. You know what's a real fun fact, too? The voice actors say he was stopping in, daily to the recording sessions. And they're going out to lunch with, the director, and anytime they were talking about ideas, people would gather around them.
I loved this.
So wait a minute. How is he fit in all this work and going to these? I know. That was one of my notes. I'm just like, how fucking stacked are your days, bro?
This dude, he's got to have assistant drawers. There's no way he doesn't.
Oh, he definitely does.
He has to.
It was like, the editor made a joke that he was the one that brought up the missing his balls thing as a motivation. Just as a joke, and then he goes to read that week's chapter, and it's like, my balls are gone. He's like, you...
That was early on then, yeah. Because it happened literally at the beginning, chapter 5.
It was so good, though. My partner was also, super into it.
But I hope my wife is, too.
It's so good that there probably will be. It's just, it's literally anime of the year. I don't even give a fuck about what the competition was this year.
Free run.
That's a really tough competition, but Dandadan still...
Especially for us. Oh, yeah, tough competition.
I haven't watched Free Run, mind you, but I know enough about it to know that's it's what I respect Vinland for. It's a story that actually has things to say and represents things. And
it's... Ready for it? A fantasy. I know, it's so
we'll be getting
foreign word these days.
We'll be getting one of those when Gachiakuta comes out. Less traditional, though. Not a Tolkien-esque fantasy, just a fantasy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could be so perfect. I'm sad that I have to rewatch the first 3 episodes, but I'm also happy because I'm still going to rewatch those first 3 episodes.
Fucking, oh, dude.
I'm sad you won't get to see all 3 at once. Because that was the best part of it. Because they didn't even split up at the intros. The episode ended. The interviews ended. It was the last, because it went through everyone talking about stuff. And then went through one last time with everyone being I hope you like this and this about it. And I hope this about the experience. And the last person who goes to talk is and I hope you enjoy what I made. And just, boom, song comes in. The intro starts. And from that point on, it didn't play the intro again in between the episodes. The episode would seamlessly just end and start the next one.
How far did they get into the story with just the first 3 episodes? I assume until Turbo Granny is done.
They're on their way to go back to the tunnel to challenge Turbo Granny to tag. Oh. They dealt with the big sumo thing.
Oh yeah, that's right, because Sephiroth happens first, so all of that shit would have been
Serpo and them happen in unison. And they leave that first chapter with Okarun cursed. And Momo has to literally hold back the curse with their powers. They go home, fight the sumo thing. And then it's them talking about having to train and stuff. And then while they're training, Okarun goes to the bathroom, door opens, and that's when Turbo Granny's there. It was no. You come tonight and challenge me. And the 3rd episode ends with them leaving out to challenge them. And Granny's even just Lord of the land, protect them.
Mm. Nice.
No, super good. Super sad it even ended there. Just watch the whole fucking season like that. Just sit down in the theaters for 5 hours and watch 12 straight episodes.
Light work. This week's chapter was pretty good too.
Yes.
I took a screenshot 2 screenshots. But...
Those screenshots.
It's not too much to say about it because it's more just a chill chapter. But I just love GG, man.
I love
his vibe. Like when they're walking into this whole panel, dude. Look at the detail in the library. But then you look backwards and it's just GG.
I love seeing them all together in general.
The way he's walking and his hands are just up and he's just always so
like how Ira's shoving him. Again, all the characters show off their personalities all the time. Even the president being slinked in the back like that is showing off her personality.
Yes. But the first one I took, this whole man's career got fucking shattered.
No, I wasn't.
He's like, oh, were you talking to me? And with the biggest smile, Bama was like, no, I was not.
They're practically canon. They're practically canon.
Oh, Vamal and Kinta? Yes.
No. She told him not to cheat.
Oh, yes. She did say that. And then she saw a fairy. Or a gnome.
Yeah.
It looks like a fairy gnome.
It reminds you of something in Adventure Time called a pageling.
Yeah. It could be. Yeah.
All right.
I was super happy that they brought up the confession. I was like, oh, cool. They're not just going to ignore that happened. But at the same time, reiterating that, no, we have to wait until I'm back to normal.
Good. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
It was so good. I liked, too, the little comment at the beginning about how even the surface tension could drown her. And I was like, I like that attention to detail.
Yes.
I felt she's smaller this chapter than she has been, though.
That still looks like about a doll size to me.
She was holding a grain of rice today, half a grain of rice today, and it was the size of her torso.
That's true. Fair. 2 bites filled up her stomach.
And then when she's sitting on the textbook in class, she's like 4 sentences, like 4 lines on the paper tall. And I'm like, how did they find clothes for dolls that small? Like,
you gotta find dolls for smaller kids.
I guess so.
Ooh.
Yes. But anyway. JJK this week was a rough one.
Awful, I would say.
Hey, your boy's alive.
I know. Well, you'd think this should be like my favorite chapter. Oh my god. I hate always bringing up Twitter, but I saw something on Twitter earlier that made me want to like cry and have a heart attack.
What's that?
Let me just get to it really quick. They definitely marked it in some way. Look at this fake leak. Captioned. I'm not Yuta Okotsu.
Yeah, huh?
Look how fucking convincing that looks.
I wouldn't say so because Maki's face, you can tell it's not drawn by Gege in my mind.
I don't know. I think that face is worse than Maki's face. Maki's face looks pretty lit.
But again, I'm reading this in hindsight knowing it's fake.
Yeah.
Because I read the chapter and you just told me it's fake.
But like the camera quality on it, that is still drawn page that the person did.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to throw up when I saw this.
Did you see that as a spoiler or after you read it?
After I read this chapter, but it's titled as a spoiler for next chapter, and this is the day of the week that they usually come out.
Watch that actually be a spoiler.
I'm worried now, because I already had that in the back of my mind. I'm like, what if Kenjaku's in Yuta's body? But now it's in the front of my mind.
I don't think so, just based on how much he was talking. That he, but then again, we know nothing about Kenjaku's ability to know if he actually gains memories of the people that he inhabits.
Yeah, even they were mostly speculating about his abilities. I don't think it's going to happen purely off of the fact that we have 2 chapters and Gege wants to end this.
Is it 2 or is there literally? I thought there might only be 1 more.
I thought this is the 3rd after he said that. Because it was Sukuna's being defeated. Oh my god, yeah, and they mixed in like all of the reunions into that chapter too.
Well, Sukuna defeated, then it was the Megumi waking up box with the letters.
Yeah, because that wasn't the same chapter then.
Yeah, and then this one.
Yeah, so it should be two more.
Okay.
And speaking of, we only have 2 more chapters left. Did someone tell Gege? Because this doesn't read like you have 2 more chapters left.
Dude, first off, the amount of speech bubbles in this thing took me eons to read this chapter, and I'm like, I read the chapter, and I feel like I don't remember anything that happens because I'm like, why are we learning about the history of New Shadow Style?
So there's 4 pages in a row that I saw on Leak Day. And it was... Okay, so it was this one, my lord, this one, and this one. Where I saw on Twitter. And when I went to read this chapter again, I'm like, oh, cool. Just went right fucking by that shit. Why are we learning it? Who asked?
I think it's all a reason for them to introduce, I guess, the shadow character that was trying to take over Jujutsu Sosuri from Mei.
Who dies this same chapter. Yeah. This is what I said earlier. This is my second least favorite chapter of the entire stretch of JJK. I can say it so confidently because of how much I knew my least favorite. And it's all because you introduce this long-standing problem in the same chapter you fix it. It's like the least riveting kind of writing imaginable. It was my exact same problem with Ichi the Witch. You're telling me all these problems to a problem already fixed.
Yeah.
Why do I care how rare this shit is? I already saw it happen. In this one, it's like a weird, different problem because they do all this hard handiwork just to be like, boop, you're the problem, die.
Speaking of not dying, though, fucking Higuruma's still alive.
I know, that was also a big shock on spoiler day.
Oh, I knew. I never get spoilers because I'm just awesome like that. But that page flip to what I double ticked. I was like, wait a minute.
Zaku Sakabe? No, it's younger.
It's Higuruma is still alive, and they just gloss over it. Like, oh yes, it's surprising that someone who became a sorcerer 2 months ago survived all that. And I was like, I feel like I have to go back and see how Higuruma dies because I felt like it was a pretty conclusive death.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to see the actual panel again too.
Didn't he take a cleave straight to the chest?
I'm pretty sure. And as absolutely terrible as the second half of the chapter is, I also wasn't even a fan of the first half. Of literally everyone going through the plan again in speech. And why it couldn't be different. It was literally like Gege was reading the online discourses. It went through and was like, that couldn't happen. That couldn't happen. No, it had to be this way.
Yeah.
For like 8 pages straight.
He was just trying to justify his plan. I was like, whatever, dude.
It was so boring. And like, I loved having Yuta back, but this is like the least compelling shit surrounding him.
And then all of them just trying to take blame for shit.
Exactly. And just as an excuse to, again, go through all these things. Besides, cursed speech is easy to counter, right? I'm the one who decided we should use it inside Okotsu's domain barrier without any external opponent. It's like I'm reading a technical manual, not characters. I've said it like that before too. It was the time when they were all together in the TV room talking about cursed techniques and shit, where it's less characters talking to me and more just Gege talking to me through like 8 megaphones.
Yeah. I don't know. It's whatever. We should come to expect this at this point.
So I'm like,
we got 2 more weeks, maybe. I mean, there's no break for JJK this week, so we'll have another one.
It's just such a bad time when I could rip out like 6 pages and nothing would change.
Yeah. You think he takes the break between the next chapter and the one after?
I hope he doesn't. I was going to say I hope he does, but didn't we just have a break before this one?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I got? No. Get it done. Get us out of here. wrap it up. I can't believe I'm this disappointed to see Yuta again. It hurts my soul.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's alive, though, but it doesn't make the chapter good.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Still wondering what we're going to do for 2 more chapters, but it literally could be anything. It could be the history of how the dead Jujutsu's heads got to their position.
1 chapter long Heian flashback.
What the Kamo family looks like now, because they were lately mentioned.
They name dropped Tengen again in this. Being like,
I thought the woman was going to be Tengen the way they said it, but it was coming from the woman. I was like, oh my god, no. Another I'm going to throw up moment.
For real. But whatever. JJK being JJK.
I will still say, though,
rather.
The gap between this and my least favorite is still massive. It's huge.
Yeah.
I hated that fucking Angel chapter.
You know what I didn't hate?
KaguraBachi?
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man. Which the opposite of JJK this week.
Went by like lightning, if you mean that way.
Yeah.
I love...
I think it was like 5 text boxes.
I think so.
This one's 1 word.
Because he just does fucking Chainsaw Man, Black Chainsaw Man things where he's like fighting her and then he just runs away and is like holding a random sign. What's the sign say again? It's like,
give blood.
Oh, yeah.
Blood drive. He was talking about like came back to draw the cake. I just fucking love Chainsaw Man. Do you recognize me yet? Looks like I made you mad, so fight me. Whoosh.
I see someone over there. I'm going to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just... It's some random person, right?
It is. I almost thought it was Kobeni, too.
Yeah. I was like, please, no.
Same page.
No. That poor girl.
I think he is saying hamburger again, though. Vamvaga.
Yeah. And then just standing there holding a sign.
Forgive blood with 1 missing arm. I love the flailing arm here.
He's just looking for blood.
And then we flash over to Texas in the United States of America.
Of course, it's Texas, too, based on the gun owner conversation.
Well, suddenly 400,000 of the National Pistol Association members... Okay, there we go. 400,000 of the 3.5 million members of the National Pistol Association lose their index fingers at once.
And then she does something with the Statue of Liberty, which doesn't make sense to me.
No, I saw a really, I'm going to call it stupid right now, a really stupid theory that that's where the Gun Devil is. No, the Gun Devil's right here, on her arm.
Yeah, because it was in one of those bolts in the mountains.
Way too many people saying that when they very clearly just said she sacrificed her children.
But, so, like, the Statue of Liberty, too, has nothing to do with war. It was a gift from Paris.
It might be something inside it, though, that they're implying.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be. Though, I will say, I don't even think it's necessarily something inside it, unless it might be a weapon hidden in there. Because this reads to me like a contract. Right. That these people have with the National Pistol Association. Well, on the Pistol Association's behalf with whatever devil.
First off, why in the Chainsaw Man universe is there a National Handgun Association when the Gun Devil existed?
Because it's in America, and that's a Japan problem, son.
It was not a Japan problem. That thing was a world problem.
True.
And it was going over the place, because it said...
But why should that stop my Second Amendment right?
True. That's probably where it got all its power from.
Literally. But this reads to me like a contract, and I would guess because she has control of the Gun Devil, she has control of people's contracts with the Gun Devil, maybe?
Yeah, Asa's, or Yoru's power level just fucking skyrocketed in the last 2 chapters.
Yes.
And Chainsaw Man doesn't give a fuck.
And that's just her power level on page 2. Even theoretically, this gets so crazy. Like, what if she does get him to spit up nuclear weapons?
That's...
What other devils were born of war on top of that? That's where I first went. Then the nuclear weapons popped back in my head.
This is my thing, right? She's making him spit up things that are in his stomach currently. So it's like, are those things there, or did he digest them and then they're gone forever?
That's how I would think it would work, right?
Is he just... His stomach is just storing all the devils.
It's Kirby in there. It's literally its own universe.
Right.
As far as this is, I'm guessing it's just going to be a weapon of some kind.
See, that's why I like... But it's...
I just love this panel.
It's... I don't know how I feel about it. It's weird to say because it's like... With Chainsaw Man, speculation gets you, like, nowhere. Because, like... Everything that's happened, it's like you can't sit here and talk about, oh, this could happen. It's like, okay, the Statue of Liberty's cracking. What the fuck does that even mean?
If our speculations were right, we would have seen the Death Devil by now.
Yeah.
Then the Fire Devil wouldn't exist.
So it's like, it's hard to speculate.
Bareem could come in and light everyone on fire right now, even though we just saw him.
Oh, he should please definitely be dead. He got his head cut off too, right, though?
He did,
But Denji was just boxed up into like 30 different boxes. So.
Yeah. I don't think he ate Bareem, which is what I ultimately want. People don't need flamethrowers.
What I ultimately want is Rize to come back in. But I'm
scared. I'm scared.
That's not going to happen?
No, I'm scared because bombs are absolutely a child of war.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They sure are.
Sadness.
I dare say terrified. Speaking of things I wanted to see being spoiled, I don't want to see Rize anymore. Not in this situation.
Right? That would suck for Denji even more. It's like he sees Rize.
Denji, I missed you. Bob, come to me.
Starts falling back into Denji out of Black Chainsaw Man, and then she gets taken.
My bombs.
More rage.
Bomb necklace. New necklace.
Yeah, I don't know. Chainsaw Man just doing Chainsaw Man things, just always subverting expectations of what the fuck you think is going to happen. It's like, no, we're doing this now.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see the Statue of Liberty today.
I'm for it, though. It's whatever. Yeah. Makes me interested in knowing what the fuck is going on with it.
Black Chainsaw arc going hard.
It went hard the second Bareem died.
Now we could just get what's her face, Mifune.
Her plans are well, he spit up the Mouth Devil again, so her plans could go back into action.
This year, pick up that phone again. Ooh, yeah, that's true. Ooh,
yeah,
those poor children.
Mm-hmm.
Man, shit's going really off the rails.
Off the rails, yeah. It's going off the rails. So we've been off the rails. Now we're going further off.
Soon Death's going to show up in the middle of this.
I think it would be the worst time for humanity for Death to show up, because I feel like if Death does show up, it's not a one-man job. You need Yoru, Denji, and more.
And everything public safety has to offer. Now Yoshida's got no fucking...
Yoshida's stocks went back down again.
I'm so sad.
Kishibe needs to be introduced again, too. They're going to need more backup.
Where's Sword Man?
Katana Man or Sword Man?
Sword Man. Where's Miri? Or as they used to call him, Kevin.
The fact that Sword Man and Katana Man are two different people irks me.
It's that Japanese pride. This isn't a mere sword. This is katana.
But at the same time...
And scum like you shouldn't wield katana.
But at the same time, the flamethrower and the fire devil...
Yeah.
Yeah, so, whatever.
There's flame breathing and fire breathing.
Gross.
Right?
At least in Demon Slayer in that scene, it's sun breathing and fire breathing. So you can say that they're different. Because
the sun's just a whole lot of fire. If I was stupid.
Not, if you're stupid, yes, because the sun is not fire.
Oh, it's only pretending to be stupid.
It is plasma. Totally different.
It should be plasma breathing, dummies.
You know that's funny too in like vampires, and it's like for two reasons. Because I thought of another one. They're like, oh, they're weak to the sun, and the sun makes it so it's like, oh, so UV lights. But then I'm like, also, the moon is just reflected sunlight.
No, they're weak to Ra. Oh yeah, that one though. They should at least be mildly disturbed.
Perturbed. It's like, you know,
Ra has no place on the moon.
I actually, there was one of those mangas that I was reading. There was one with a vampire in it, and he was speculating, because he's newly a vampire, and speculating something that goes over the heart, the stake to the heart, and why that would be effective with a vampire in a pretty makes sense way, because it's like, if it's like they draw power from blood, vampires, right? So if you destroy the thing that moves the blood through the...
Yeah.
I was like, I never thought of it that way before. And
the center of blood.
Yeah, no one's ever explained it in those terms.
At all.
Like, it's just
they never even
heart.
try.
Yep.
Let's be real. They just say stake them in the heart. That works.
Yeah. Why does it work? When staking them in the lungs doesn't do anything. Or in the brain. And then, have you ever seen the meme that vampires should just go underwater?
No.
Because they're mortals.
Well, they can't go to rivers, though. Vampires can't cross rivers. Oh. Flowing water, specifically.
Then how would the oceans work, then? Because all ocean currents are a thing. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But they're like, you just go underwater, because then the sun literally never reaches them.
Well, maybe that's also an effort to explain why they're only indigenous to certain areas.
Because they can't.
Because
yeah.
They also can't enter your home unless invited.
Yes.
Much like the cops.
Not in America.
The cops are vampires. Yeah.
Depends on how the officer is feeling that day.
It depends on your role. I just saw a case like that, but I digress.
Yes. Vampire tangent over.
So I started another anime.
Oh, did you?
I did. I did indeed. So.
Hopefully it's something I've seen.
No, it's not. I'm 90% sure. It did come out in 2013, I think it said.
Oh, let's see.
It's Space Battleship Yamato.
I know about it, but I didn't see it.
Is a remake of the original Space Battleship Yamato, which, for some backstory, I'm not sure if you ever remember my dad saying it, but he only watched one anime in his life.
And it was that one, right?
Kind of. It was called Star Blazers.
Was it Spaceman Yamato?
Space Battleship Yamato.
Yeah, this is exactly what it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we watched Star Blazers and loved it. That is the American localized version of Space Battleship Yamato. The original, old school one.
You know, it's funny, too, because I think I watched it...
Which was 70s, by the way. Mm-hmm. So, me and my partner started the remake, which I think he's already seen. I'm not sure. Or if he's just watched the original, and that's why he knows it so well.
Space Battleship Yamato gives me... I would... no way I did this. There's a space pirate anime. It's old. I forget the name of it. You would totally know if you see it. Right here.
Yep.
Captain Harlock. Yes. So the spaceship looks very... Because this is what I've seen. This is a remake of Vincent Valentine fucking
I think I put that on my watch list mad long ago.
But yeah, so see, look, that's just Harlock is just Vincent, Space Vincent. But yeah, what do you?
It is very good. I can see why my dad liked it. First of all, Because it gives me the Star Trek vibes in that they're very focused on their sci-fi. They're not just throwing out words to throw out words. They care about how the machines work. They care about how the people on the ship live. But for plot synopsis, you even start on a world that's already like post-apocalypse. They've been getting bombed by another rival race in the galaxy to the point where the whole surface is just blasted hellscape Earth, and they live underground to avoid it. And the enemy race isn't even in our solar system, too. Completely different galaxy.
So, Gurren Lagann without spiral power.
Yes. Well, kind of. They get gifted warp speed travel, or faster than light travel, from another race beyond their solar system, being like, look, we'll help try to get you out of this. We'll get you the machine so that you can get to us with the time dilation that comes with space travel to overcome it. So
it's funny, if it's warp drive, is it specifically warp bend in space, or is it just faster than light travel?
Bending space, not faster than light.
Then
in some sort of way.
No time dilation with that.
Nice. Yeah, that's what they want to overcome.
Yes.
That because they want to try to make the whole voyage in a year. Mm-hmm. So they build a ship out of like an old warship, as you saw from how it looked, and just get the fuck out of Earth.
Nice. They
recruit as many people as they can from like their space navy because they already had space
travel, just not intergalactic.
Yeah.
Or well, not intergalactic, inter-solar system, I guess.
Yeah, but even getting out of the solar system. And where I am right now too, we're only like 8 episodes in max, and they're already past Pluto. They're already out of our solar system now.
Nice.
And it's just very good. It has all the appeal of Star Trek and anime. There's more conflict than Star Trek has, but there's still that focus on sci-fi and characters that Star Trek has. And I say that with the characters too, because you get a whole episode where they're like repairing.
So if you're only on episode 8, and they're just now getting to Pluto, so there's
past Pluto.
We're
definitely out of Pluto.
There's other things like space stations and shit that's in the solar system then? That they had, there's obviously conflicts, or they just...
Yeah, because they had a conflict going by like Jupiter even. They found like, it was literally a floating continent the enemy race put there as like a supply depot for their troops. So like, at first they're like, what the fuck is this? It's green and floating here as land. And they eventually like parse out that, this is an enemy encampment. And they end up blowing that shit away. Like, they just blast that shit.
Wow.
And going by Pluto, they had another base there, and they found out that's where they're making the bombs that they're blasting Earth with. So they're like, we can't just turn a blind eye to that. But the enemy knows, pulls them into a trap. The conflicts itself are really good, too. It's just really good. Just well thought out. Big recommend. Good characters. The captain is a G. I'll even look up a picture of him because he's just a fucking G.
This guy?
Nope. He's the protagonist, though, for sure.
I love how when you search Space Battleship Yamato, all you get is the Battleship.
The Space Battleship Yamato.
Is it this guy right here, then?
Yes. I like how there's like 2 different depictions there. Neither of those are the depiction I'm going for. I wish they had the heavy overcast eyes, because that's what it usually looks like. There we go. Because most of the time, you get that deep shadow over his eyes.
Oh, look at that. Right
there. Which is really good. And it literally starts out in the middle of a space battle.
A remake?
Yes. It's on Netflix.
Sequels. TV series Yamato 2 and 3 in 78, 80. Animated. Wow, there's a lot of animated films. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them from 77 all the way up to 2009. Remakes. There's a live action film. 2012 TV series.
That's the one we're watching. $21.99.
Oh, there's a 2022 one.
Oh my god.
And a 2020
film duology.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's called 2202 in 2017. I read that as the year.
So 3 years after. In canon.
I'm surprised it wasn't an episode list. But
Big
tell me
Sam.
right here. Dun dun dun.
26.
26 episodes. Nice. Well, if the sci-fi bug still gets you after you finish this one, 86.
I knew it's what you were going to say.
So good. But no, that's awesome. I mean,
I might even go back and try to watch the American localization. Just the hat tip to my dad. After this, though. Because it's American localization. It's one of the first ones America localized. So
the movie, or is it a show, TV series?
The TV series. So there's lots of changes from what I've read on Wikipedia.
On the same genre setting, I want them to just remake fucking Gundam Wing. Right. I'd love to rewatch Gundam Wing, but I tried a few years ago, and it's
5 frames per second.
Oh yeah, dude, it's fucking. Oh my god, it's. I don't know. I can't do it. I couldn't do it.
8 frames per second. The Blue Lock trailer for season 2 came out.
Mm-hmm. Does it look bad?
It looks the same.
Well, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but the just on-field movement was pretty bad. But all the rest of it.
Late. Yeah, it looks like the latest.
You know what they do really good?
1.
You know what they do really good in
still shots?
Anime? Still shots. Yep.
That's the joke that's going around right now. Because people are, trashing on this trailer. They're taking big old shits on this trailer. Some people are saying they should start measuring it in frames per minute. That and a scene from episode Nagi have been making the rounds, which also looks horrendous.
Isn't episode Nagi a movie, though?
Yes, and this wasn't even an on-the-field thing. This was just a conversation. It was just so silly looking, though. Because it's just, everyone's so still for it. And there's even one point where Nagi's talking, there's not even subtitles for the clip. But his arm just, cuts into frame, it looks like clip art just drags his arm up really quick to be like... And his hair's moving like it's a still avatar. Kind of, it just has a little sway to it. While his head's all still. It just looks so bad. And I'm so sad.
Sadness.
Because this arc is fire. Fire! I did forget, though, that there's, one smaller match in between the end of Season 1 and the start of this to select who will be in this match. Trailer reminded me of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are these people playing against these people? Oh, okay. So, I mean, I'll still be there to watch it.
I probably will, too.
Because I'm going to I hope so, because I would love to be able to shit on it every week.
When is it coming out?
I actually don't even know. I was so concerned with how it looked that I forgot about when it comes.
Let's find out.
It's 2 weeks ago. I also saw this plain text document that everyone was calling a leak. But it just looked like a bunch of opinions about stuff that's not out yet typed out.
October 5th.
Oh, hey. Be great contrast to Dandadan.
Same day as Bleach.
Which has lots of movement and looks fantastic.
I'm just gonna look it up.
And they still look great in stills, by the way. The still shots still look great in the Season 2 trailer.
All right. Give me a list, please.
There you go. What a list.
My anime list. Thank you. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, the Uzumaki adaptation! I saw a commercial for it the other day on television because Toonami's producing it.
Oh.
It actually looks really good. They went full black and white. It's like they're animating the manga itself. It's the Junji Ito's most famous horror manga that he's ever made.
Nice. So we got Uzumaki, ReZero, Blue Lock.
I like how it even put the arc name in the Blue Lock title. Versus U20 Japan, baby.
Where do you even... Oh, right here.
Oh, yeah. And up a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, okay. Dandadan. I'm not even going to read that.
Ari Ferretta.
Is that Ari?
No, the one to the right is.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I was
like, that's not Ari Ferretta.
They both have white-haired protagonists that have an eye covered right now.
I'm going to watch Ari. I really like season 1 of Ari Ferretta. Season 2 is alright, but I'll give season 3 a shot. Bleach. Danmachi. Season 5.
I wish that only said Danmachi.
Yeah, it should. Shangri-La Frontier Season 2. Hey. I haven't finished Season 1. I have 3 more episodes of it.
I need to finish Season 1. Is that Blue Exorcist?
Yeah, it is.
No. Okay, it's alternative.
Sword Art Online.
They're making a sequel to the pink spin-off one of Gun Gale.
Oh, yes.
Dragon Ball Daima.
Oh. Okay, cool.
What a great timing.
I don't know what this is. Or this.
Me neither.
Or this or this. I think we're just getting down to the random bullshit.
No. Hold your mouth. That's Rama 1/2 right there. A remake of another 80s. Is that say Mappa? Does that fucking say Mappa?
Yeah, it does.
No! So this is a work by the Rurouni Kenshin author before Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, okay.
You might want to just read the fucking synopsis because I
Sho Tendu runs the Tendu martial arts school, accompanied by his 3 daughters, Akane, Nabiki, and Kasumi. One day, the sisters' lives are turned upside down when their father announces that he has promised one of them to be married to a fellow martial arts son in hopes of carrying the family legacy. In addition to their... Oh, no. Stop
Whoa.
it! In the hopes of carrying on. In addition to their mixed reactions when the fiancé arrives, the last thing the Tendo family expects is Ranma Satomi and his father Genma. Oh, this continues.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. So if that
I didn't know the premise well enough to even say this. I was right actually. There's something about the guy. I think when he hugs girls, he becomes a girl or something like that. Because look at the scroll it down just again. Magical sex shift in the themes.
What the fuck? Okay, we're reading the last paragraph. Rama has been training in China with his father until an unfortunate accident changed them both. Now, when the water touches them, Rama turns into a girl and Gemma turns into a giant panda. Rama 1/2 follows Rama as he attempts to get along with his newly betrothed, the youngest of the Tendu sisters, Akane. As the two begin to attend the same school as they deal with the fellow friends and rivals, all of whom have something to say about their engagement. What the fuck?
I'm there.
You're gonna watch it?
I'm gonna watch it. It's Mappa. It's God, I used to know her name. Rumiko Kamayashi? No, Rumiko something. It's the Inuyasha author, and it looks beautiful.
Oh shit, Rurouni Kenshin, the fucking second season Rurouni Kenshin, the Meiji Kento Ramaton. Nice. I haven't finished season 1 though.
I can't believe Mappa took on another thing. It's like saying I can't believe water's wet though.
More Isekai. I
Racing
thought,
anime.
dude, I thought this was fucking what's that drift?
The other one, yeah.
Initial D.
Yeah. Gas, gas, gas. I'm gonna step on the gas.
7 Deadly Sins spinoff.
Oh God, is that what that is?
4
Yeah,
Nights of the
Taizai's
Apocalypse.
in the name.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Gross. Hey, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Definitely something for everybody.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything else that I know here.
Nice through it.
I like this artwork. It's like older. What is this?
Right.
Haigakura? Don't know it.
Why does so many Chinese stories have to do with gods?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
So Prince of Tennis on that list also.
One right there.
I'll put more. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then something with the corgi. And I think, yeah, okay.
Yep. What?
Beastar's final season. December 2024.
Holy shit.
Oh, there's a new Gundam.
Ooh.
No synopsis yet. In October 17th. What was it? Requiem of Vengeance.
Masters. Wait a minute. That's the name of that fucking card game. I needed this name the other day.
Duel Masters Lost?
Yes. It's so hard to remember that name because Duel Monsters is the name of the card game inside Yu-Gi-Oh! So anytime I try to think of Duel Masters, I get lost. It's the game where you play any card as your mana base, pretty much. So it'd be like Magic if there's no land cards, but all of your spells could be played as land cards instead of themselves. Oh. That said, it was ugly and I hate the fucking card game. Solo Leveling movie. Oh, it's a compilation of season 1.
Oh.
Gross.
That is gross. And then the Attack on Titan movie, why?
Movie compilation for the final season.
Mm-hmm. The Last Attack is the name of it.
I won't be in theaters for that one.
It's Attack on Titan, the final season, part 3, final part, The Last Attack.
Consolidated. Oh, or should we just put a re first? Attack on Titan, the final. And we're finally at the bottom.
Yep. Alright. So, I mean, all the heavy hitters is what we said first.
Yeah.
I'm going to check out.
Watching his Manga.
I'll check it out. Yeah, that sounds
good. Style.
Is there any, like, there's got to be trailers or something for it.
Absolutely.
Oh,
that may have been the worst way to try.
No, I was just looking at...
Well, imagine these moving, because that's the style.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the... I just wanted to see what it was. Isn't this fucking... I could be totally wrong. Think of someone else. Is this Hayao Miyazaki's son? Isn't that Junji Ito's... Or is that somebody else?
No, that's somebody else. Because Hayao Miyazaki's son was tried to be a director. And that his father walked out on his movie.
Well, he also writes horror manga.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to look at... How do you spell his...
You should probably just look up Junji Ito. Probably be faster.
Well...
People do also search for Hayao Miyazaki.
You'd think if it was him, he would mention it right here.
Yeah.
But, okay. So, let's see. How do you spell Hayao Miyazaki? It's H.
Wait. Stop.
Oh, what
click off of the search bar. Oh, it's right there too. It was in the people also search section. Goro Miyazaki.
One of these guys... 3 films. I swear one of these guys did fucking horror manga, but... Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Isn't it incredible looking?
It's literally just animated manga panels.
With some of the best, like, animation still somehow that, like, you could do it in. This is absolutely stunning. I saw this exact trailer on TV the other day. I already knew it was coming.
Who's making that?
Toonami's bankrolling it. I can tell you that much. Toonami's producing it. I don't know if they have their own animation team or not, though. I doubt it, because if they did, and they're the ones that made those Fooly Cooly animes, I would slap them across their face.
I was really hoping that this would tell me who the fuck animated it, but it's not.
Studio Drive. Oh, wait, no. Wait. Sorry. I was trusting AI. Yeah, okay. Studio Drive.
All right, let's look up Studio Drive. Their works is empty. Oh, okay.
To Your Eternity, Season 2, specifically.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch Season 2, but I've seen Season 1. Konosuba, the movie. Oh, no, this is just Season 3.
And the spin-off was 2 higher.
Oh, yeah.
An Explosion in a Wonderful World.
These are Magi.
They're very new.
Huh.
That's so promising, though.
Yeah.
That was such a good trailer.
Because if they could do that with anything, just make it black and white, like the art style they did there, and then just color it for anything.
So goddamn good.
Literally getting colored animated manga.
Somehow the movement still feels like so fluid in it.
No, that's awesome. No, I'll try definitely watching it if I can. It might not be on Crunchyroll.
Definitely don't watch it for every kid. Some of the imagery is nightmare fuel. Just saying.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Oh.
Adult Swim.
You know that might actually be a problem. Because it's HBO.
That is HBO.
Though sometimes they do multi-streaming with the things that are on there. So time will tell on that one.
That's okay, because I have a pirate hat.
I would say, where do you watch Rick and Morty?
Hulu, when it comes out.
So it might come to there, because that's also Adult Swim.
The newest season of Rick and Morty is out on Hulu. The one where the first one that they changed the voices, but I haven't watched it yet.
Me neither.
Because I'm also never on Hulu.
Me neither.
But it's okay, because I should have been like, I'll just cancel it and resubscribe when I need it. And guess what? I need it for Bleach next month.
There it is.
In 2.5 weeks-ish. Maybe 3 weeks. Yeah. 2.5, 3 weeks. But yeah, fucking...
Oh my gosh, I saw another scene from Elusive Samurai. It's just like... Every fucking time, man. It's so good.
What's that on?
Crunchyroll.
Well, I would know that if Crunchyroll had a fucking good homepage to show you what... Why...
I'm not going to bring up cell phones again.
Why is the top thread, like the first thread of things, not seasonal anime?
Yep.
Just list them all right there. The top banner. And then right below that, you continue watching. And then every other thing below it, I don't give a fuck about.
Watch lists, favorites.
Yeah. I don't know. Fucking Sony, get your shit together. Or tell Funimation to get their shit together.
What's the point of having a monopoly if you don't actually function more efficiently? It's like the whole pitch of fascism is that less bureaucracy means more efficiency.
Fucking, they do. I mean, if High Dive gets a fucking PlayStation app, which I don't know if they would let. How would that go though? This might be why, because Sony owns Crunchyroll, so they're not going to let High Dive onto Sony's platform.
To be fair, my smart TV can't download either of them, so
I'm surprised the Roku TV that I have can download Crunchyroll.
Yeah, our smart TV still has Funimation as an option, but neither Crunchyroll nor High Dive.
There's a lot of good stuff on High Dive too. I have it on my phone. There's an app for it on my phone, but
I considered the only thing I would use it for is to watch anime at work, which is pretty valid though.
The only anime this season that I would watch on there is Oshinoko, which I was watching. I'm probably 3-4 episodes behind now though, but I was watching it as it was coming out.
Yeah. Did manga spoilers deflate you?
No.
Good.
I mean, none of the spoilers, all of the spoilers that I did have for Oshinoko are like way later in the series. So it would probably be like late season 3 or 4.
That would still deflate me depending on the series and spoiler.
I don't have any like one of the spoilers I know, which you would have found out in the newest episode because I saw a screenshot of it. Like, I know what the father looks like. But then you see him in the last, in the new... I forgot that it was airing, to be honest with you, because I haven't watched it in 4 weeks, so it's been a month. And then I saw a screenshot of today. It's like, the father appears, and it showed a screenshot of the dad of Oshino. I was like, oh shit, that's right, this is still airing. And oh shit, he showed up. So I know that, and then I know at one point at least the sister knows that. So Ruby knows who Aqua was in his past life, but I don't think Aqua knows who Ruby was in her past life yet, because they knew each other in the past life.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, I remember that part.
And I know that because you'll know from the early things, that was one of the first things that Aqua was doing in his new life, was seeing if anyone found his body or if he had any articles about his murder, and there weren't any, which means his body was never found, just that he went missing. And I know at some point there's another character that is involved in searching for his body, and I don't know if they did find it or that they're looking for it or something. So those are really my only spoilers. Just I know that somebody is either looking for or did find his body. Ruby knows who Aqua is, and I know that Aqua's getting a lot closer to his goal, but I don't know like how. So, but that's really it. I don't have like any massive, you know what I mean? I don't have any major spoilers. That's just basically it. Other than that one meme thing, but that was the Ruby finding it out. So I'm still gonna keep watching it. It's not ruined for me with spoilers.
Yeah. And we still have 3 more manga we could blast out, at least, because I didn't read Spy Family. I started it, and then I stopped reading it.
I did, because it's not in my continue reading, but I don't really remember what happened.
It's a Frankie chapter.
Oh my god, I do remember. Holy fuck, dude. My heart fucking almost... He took me through a roller coaster this chapter.
Did he really?
It was a good chapter.
I'm going to end up finishing it. I got to when he was horse racing, and then I just kind of did other things.
Oh, okay, well.
It was literally the very last thing I had to read, too.
No, it was good. It was good stuff.
Good.
But, yeah.
Sorry about this trio right here, perfectly aligned.
KaguraBachi, Astro Baby, Kaiju No. 8. Didn't we? I thought we talked about Kaiju No. 8.
I know. It's because they haven't actually moved a single foot from where they're standing.
Yeah.
But the last time we saw, he was getting stabbed through the chest.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because we read it immediately the day after we talked about it.
Yeah, we did. Holy shit. What a chapter.
Mina might be getting cut in half.
Holy fuck, they made this thing scary real fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So clearly there was a kaiju in whatever era. Oh, yeah, I wanted to look up when the Meiraku era was. Because he literally says what era. God, I think I spelled that horribly.
M-E-I.
Meiraki.
Reiki. R-E-K-I-E. Or E-I.
It's during the Edo period. 1655. I expected way longer ago than that.
Well, I mean, that's still a long time ago.
Yeah, 1655 to 1658.
It's almost 400 years ago.
Just for some context, I wanted that.
325 years ago.
Oh, damn me for going to another app.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, they didn't really move much, but then, like...
Because like a third way to the third chapter, we got that.
And then the Mina situation at the last page.
But this is what really got me. The fucking thing coming out of number 9 looked so fucking sick. I'm so sad. I saw this and the girl crying. I went all the way back to the fucking Bakugo meme of they watched him die on television live.
Savage.
Because they're trying to use that shit on somebody else in JJK. This is such a fucking lit picture. The fingers ripping open the shell that is number 9 now.
With all the eyeballs inside.
All the arms in like praying positions. I'm always a sucker for that shit. Line going up her.
Straight down the middle. Oh, yeah, Kafka's in her house. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he reacted to it, too.
Off wherever the fuck this is?
Maybe.
Because this is clearly more than one kaiju in one. It was like even described as much inside of him.
Maybe like a Chips situation, and Baby Abby.
It's like a kidney stone that gets knocked loose.
Until now. Because you're a main character.
David flashed back to him saying that, too, that no one's ever escaped.
They did. So I was like,
oh, lose Mina. I got like 5 other side characters. I'm so much more ready to lose than Mina.
All of the dudes they introduced, all of them.
Even the red-haired pompadour guy, even though he's gotten a little bit more. And last, but always first. KaguraBachi.
I
was totally wrong, first off, actually. That was glass. It's actually paper.
Oh, yes. But also, where the fuck was this dude storing his katana?
I know, right?
He just whips that shit out to fight the no-name people.
He was like leaning in his coat.
Maybe.
Leaning into it.
But
it is on that side. No, it's not. Never mind.
Yeah, it looks like it came out of nowhere.
Shrunk.
I didn't know this, that they're on their way to meet up with another sword bearer.
Yeah, how smart, right? Pick this guy up, get right to the next temple. That's how I view with KaguraBachi. They're always thinking on a level that I respect. I never feel like I'm being talked down too strategically. Like, they're always kind of keeping up with my mental.
Right. No, it was good. I mean, talking about how there's a stalemate right now, too, and it's about to be broken.
Blood bursting into Chihiro's eyes. The random paper dude whipping the katana from the severed arm of his henchman.
Yes. Yeah, no,
It's a good-ass chapter. Oh, fucking jumping out of the train.
Right, to separate them, he's like, you know what? I think we're good.
To the 2 most detailed sword handles I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
Oh, yeah, for the 2 enchanted blades.
You think that would be Cloud Coucher's hilt?
Oh, yeah, because it's, shaped like a cloud.
Yeah.
But apparently not. But whatever. That's cool. It's cool.
Good chapter. Oh, and also somewhere in here we got that confirmation that John Hisaku has a name.
Who?
John Hishaku.
Oh, yes. I was like, what?
Who has a Rule 34 entry, by the way, as John Hishaku, not as Yura.
Hey, listen. Thirsters are gonna thirst.
Mm-hmm. They can't wait for a name.
Yeah, no.
Lit chapter, good action as usual. Still John Wickian.
John Wickian. Nice.
Right. The homework this week, another 10 Magi.
Yeah, I'm for it.
As like a floor.
As a floor, yes.
I'm going to try to read at least one more chapter of Centuria, only because the next chapter is 50-something pages also. So I'm not going to try to promise more than that right away. And I'm hoping, personally, read chapter 2 of Ichi the Witch and read that new Shinobi one, at least chapter 1 of that.
I will do all of the same. And try not to read more.
If we do...
Magi than that.
If we do, just open communication.
Yeah.
I'm going to type this all out right away. Oh, I could just send you a picture of the note and we could be like, yes. Go from there.
So good.
I just wrote 10 Ichi the Witch. I'm so tired.
It's okay.
Because if my calculations are correct, we have one Ichi the Witch docked, but another one should drop by the time we get to our next recording. So maybe 2 of those.
Maybe, yeah. Well, 100% because it'll come out on Sunday. Yeah, I believe, right?
I'm guessing it's weekly, and Lord knows Weekly Shonen Jump needs the.
Well, so far it's been weekly.
Yes,
because it hasn't been 3 weeks since it came out.
Indeed, yeah, a new one coming in 4 days. So we have a big week. I'll even type it out right now. 2 Ichi the Witch.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Because that second chapter being what you said, 50 pages?
Well, that's Centuria.
Oh, Centuria, okay.
That's why I said I'm only going to say 1 Centuria for now.
You know what also is out right now that I've been slacking on? The Nier Season 2, though.
Yeah, I actually saw a scene from that. It looked pretty lit.
Yes. I'm see, because I know about where Season 1 ended, and I'm like, I feel like it was pretty close to the ending. So a whole second season, but I don't know.
That's me.
Yes. But yeah, I think that's a good place to end it.
Yep, on a content-packed Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom. Episode 79.
I can't wait for you to see Dandadan. Both you and any listeners.
Well, yeah, it's going to be fucking lit.
It's going to be perfect. I actually started tearing up when Okuran gives his little bit of backstory. Just keep it vague. Like when he finally has that first moment, he opens up to Momo a little bit. I was actually tearing up pretty.
Speaking of
pretty productively.
I'm just scrolling through Twitter here and fucking Mother's Basement shared a Dandadan.
Kinta glow up.
Kinta glow.
Popping his jacket.
Still scaring these hoes. But
I just realized Zuma wasn't there. But he doesn't go to the same school, so that makes sense.
But yeah, so we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Take care, y'all.